By the way, if you guys, if any of you guys are aspiring support players and expect to play Ana in the Overwatch League, you better be ready to have biotic grenades like this one. Start practicing your biotic grenades. Alright, so yeah, I wanted to see if any of the snipers went up there, but I really don't care at this point. So let's look at how the Dragons are deciding to attack this. So they're sending their off-tank Envy on the left here with Hanzo, and Gamsu is going to go straight down the middle. See, Ana's still back there. Where are the DPS plays from Titans? So you see Genji is going to be sitting here. They're on the platform up here, the Diva and Orisa with the Mercy and the Genji. Ana, of course, back there, and then Widow on the stairs. So the hook comes in without a halt, and not able to capitalize on that with the Hanzo. Just gonna fall back there as Bumper. And now the Dragons start to push forward. Good halt there from Gamsu to get them off the high ground, and now the Titans have no choice but to back up onto point. And we see that Twilight gonna fall back a little bit now as her team moves back to point. And Youngjin gets a pick, so let's look at this pick from Youngjin. What does he do? So that halt gets them off the platform. Sonic arrow, just arrow spam, and lands the shot. Slows down a little bit. Okay, so now Hureg, as his team falls back to point, he's going to take the high ground above the point. And Nano comes onto Haxel, and this is with Slime down, so this is going to be just to start to put a little pressure onto the Dragons in this 5v6, even things up. They're not going to save it for a Nano Blade. Haxel's going to try to farm his blade with the Nano as well, and then Gamsu. How the hell does Gamsu get out of this? So Gamsu actually makes it out of this alive, and I'm very curious as to how. So there's a, why is Janu DMing here? Oh, was Haxel? How low is Haxel? Because if Haxel's not low here, I hate this DM. Should be making sure that Gamsu's dead. So Haxel at 50 health, 60 health. Yeah, that's a fine defense matrix. I'm sure he expects Bumper and Haxel to be able to get this kill. Like, there's no way they don't get this kill. I don't know what the hell Haxel's doing. Like, what the fuck, Haxel? Yeah, that one's on Bumper and Haxel. Janu, fine with the defense matrix there. I mean, Haxel's really low. So now the Titans had a chance to equalize there. Actually did get the equalization with Twilight. And Koma's going to get the res, but they had the chance to equalize after the res there, and that's just unfortunate for the Titans. Mercy on her way back still. Let's see, she's still way back. So we'll watch how Twilight got that pick. So Youngjin half health.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Gonna put the Nano on the Haxel, and then hits the anti and the shot, and then the extra shot. Oh man, that's beautiful. Yeah, so no pressure there on Twilight. No pressure at all, able to just do what he wants. And now the Dragons they're just stalling, man. They're wasting valuable time. Mercy is still coming from spawn. Push, push, push. Halt comes in. Hook. Yup, gonna land the hook. Where's Diva? Where's Janu for the DM there? Let's watch from Janu's perspective. So speed this up. So how does Janu play this? Halt comes in. Janu's nowhere to be found. That's the dangers of not having a Mei and relying on your diva, expecting a lot of him. And so Twilight gonna go down. Another halt, and then Haxel able to defend against the hook. So Slime goes down to the Dragon Strike. How does that happen? Does he just not pay attention to it? So watch again the halt hook. Hureg gets DM. Yeah, Slime just doesn't have time to react. I do want to see that kill from Hureg. That's beautiful. And Youngjin just missing a bunch of his storm bows.
No one can hide from my sight.
Alright, so now it is a 4v4. Bongo comes out from Bumper. What ultimates do we have on the Dragons? We see we have Valkyrie, and we're going to have a pair of sights from DM as well. Gamsu coming close to the Bongo as well. And we'll see how this plays out. We watch this again. Slime going to go down to this Dragon. And then Hureg going to go to parallel high grounds. He has his sights right now, so he has advantage over the opposing Widow. DM's not going to do anything. Bongo's out here, but nobody's using the shield. Nobody's using the barrier. No healers right now. Twilight just died. Slime just died. And then Diva's going to get slapped. So, Janu not using the barrier. Going to get hooked. Yeah, that hook could have been prevented. The damage could have been prevented if he just would have played behind his barrier for a little bit. But it doesn't matter when Axel pulls out his blade, man. Yeah, Axel gonna come in and save the day. So, luckily for them, Haxel was playing Genji. And then halt hook attempt here, but good job pressing shift there by Bumper. And looks like the Dragons are gonna have to reset. So after this blade from Haxel, the Dragons are not going to reset. So they know that they've already got some picks, but they're still at a disadvantage. So Ana's back, Widow's back, Mercy's back. Right now it's a 2v5, right? Because it's just the Orisa and the Hog. But they do have spawn advantage, so Hold Hook not going to work, and so they dropped the Bongo, and they're definitely committing to the fight. And now you see the Hog push up, Orisa getting attacked from above, whole Hog right into them, and Envy's going to die. So odd play. But is it though? Because, well, Youngjin switched to Doomfist, and he's just going to pop off. I mean, here it's just brawling, you know. The fight got so devolved and it extended for so long after that blade from Haxel. I think that Titans expected the Dragons to regroup, and yeah, it was surprising to see them, Gamsu and Envy, just push up and drop Bongo and push in with Whole Hog. But credit to them, man. They didn't give up on the fight, and they knew they had spawn advantage, and they... Alright, so we're looking at the first push here from the Dragons on the second phase of their 2CP attack. And if we look at the ult economy, Youngjin has his Meteor Strike, Izyak is going to be close to his Nano Boost, and then Kuma's going to be close to his Valkyrie. For the Titans, we see Bumper has his Bongo soon, and then Janu has his Bomb, Twilight has his Nano. I almost said Nana. So let's see how they play. So let's sleep out here on Gamsu, and if you look at the Sombras, neither one has EMP. Just close to it. Good anti there from Twilight, but nothing gonna come of it. Just gonna help delay some time. Haxel gonna actually push and force Meteor Strike. That's huge because now you force Meteor Strike. Now Doomfist, if he commits deep into a fight, not only with this Meteor Strike, but with any of his cooldowns, and you know he doesn't have that escape route with the Meteor Strike. That it's like the get out of jail free card that most people use it as. So he's gonna be stuck if he gets anywhere. You see right now he has to get out. He's got to go find health, and that's going to keep him out of the fight for a minute here. And with the bongo down, that's going to buy time as Envy, who we didn't see off the screen, ends up getting a pick onto Twilight. So Envy going to play flank hog here and go right and get this great hook on a slime. He's just going to fuck off after that. Now what happens next is actually two humongous errors from the Dragons, mechanical errors. So the first one going to be the hook on Twilight. That could have helped a lot, but now he's just going to force him back. So no spawn spawn cooldown for Twilight. You can just come back whenever Envy fucks off like he's doing right now, and you see Twilight already back. And then the Doomfist Youngjin, we're going to see him miss this on the nanoed Genji. That could have killed him. That could have finished him. And now Genji's going to go ahead and get Izayaki, even if they would have attacked the bongo. So one, Haxel was able to force Meteor Strike off of Doomfist earlier, right? And that Meteor Strike could have been used for this bongo that Bumpa places right here had Doomfist had it. And so they can melt this bongo with Doomfist just emptying his kit on it and then getting out, jumping on top. So if he could have melted this bongo with Meteor Strike and then uses like a punch and then jump and then get out with his E, right? But instead he has to use it. He has to use his Meteor Strike early because Haxel punishes him from the Twilight anti that landed on him. So just the small things add up. And now Gamsu is going to be hesitant to go on point because of that bongo, and so it's kind of just like a domino effect. As we watch the end of this fight here, it's just a matter of time until the Dragons fall, and they're going to reset. Alright, so next attack here from the Dragons, we're going to see, if we look at the ultimates from both sides, Dragons have EMP, Bongo, Whole Hog, and Nano. Titans have EMP, and they're going to have Valkyrie, and probably Bomb mid-fight. So actually, Haxel's at 47%. Spoiler, he's going to have his Blade at the end of this fight to help clean up. So, yeah, Haxel farms his Blade pretty quickly here, and you can see how he does that here soon. But I do want to note here that the Titans' defense against Orisa Hog right now is the D.Va, right, with Janu. And the problem is that the flankers are probably not going to be near the D.Va, because the D.Va is on point, as you can see. D.Va's all the way... Ooh, shoot. D.Va is all the way back here. And the flankers are going to do their own thing. You know, Haxel's got to farm Blade on the tanks, and then Sombra's got to farm her EMP on tanks or whoever really, and that means that, you know, if one of them gets halt hooked, well, particularly the Sombra, because Genji can deflect, the Sombra is going to be screwed unless she can recall out, and it's pretty much whether the Hog can get his left click out in time before the Sombra uses her translocator. So you're going to actually see that be the case here, and the issue for Hureg, the Sombra. So remember, Bongo's out here. Hook comes in, and it's actually able to one-shot. So perhaps without the Bongo, you can see the Bongo is attached to onto Envy here. Perhaps if the Bongo wasn't there, they would not be able to get this one-shot. So the preemptive Bongo is actually in a pretty fairly safe spot. So if I'm sitting on point, I actually can't see it right here if I'm bumper, but it does latch out to people on the bridge, people on the right. So I do like this Bongo placement, and it's really up to one of the flankers to go out and get it, and neither did in that short span of time. So we can't really fault them for it. It just came down. And then EMP on the Genji and the Mercy, and we're going to see whether that actually it is valuable. So the EMP gets Genji, and they're able to use it in the fact that they can use whole hog onto the Genji with no deflect from the Genji possible. So, and here is my one issue with this attack. Everything's working smoothly for the Dragons right now. So we see that Youngjin finally on point to help out, and they're not going to pressure the Diva and the Orisa, Bumper and Janu. Bumper and Janu are going to play safely over here, and we're not going to see any pressure from the Hanzo, from the Hog, from the Orisa. None of them are going to go pressure at all. And it's going to prove to be a fault of this attack, because so there's some bullets and the DM's there, but really they should be pushing that hard and trying to get those final staggers, right? At least leave like the Ana or the Mercy on point or the Sombra. And if you look at the ults, all they have is Nano. So really, you know, getting those staggers could help a lot, especially since the Titans are probably going to have ults coming out of spawn. We see now Haxel's at 87%. Hureg has his EMP. He's going to EMP and then get the Hog. And then from here on out, you know, Haxel already has his blade. Remember, he had like 47%, what, 20 seconds ago? Gets a double kill there. Twilight's able to finish off the Valkyrie Mercy. It wasn't even Valkyrie Mercy, it was just the Mercy. And, you know, perhaps they would have pressured those tanks. Who knows what would have happened if you don't have this added pressure from... So this added pressure from the Diva and the Orisa takes away the attention of Gamsu, and now Gamsu can't help peel for the Sombra, or can't help fight against the Sombra and the Genji because he's focusing on the Diva and the Orisa. And if they would have gotten those kills earlier, they could have then focused all their attention onto these guys. You know, maybe DM is able to get a hack on one of them, and Orisa can help out. And so, you know, just not finishing off their opponents when they had the chance. So I'll play this again from the beginning and just play it at full speed. And you can see the mistake.
Cease your resistance.
So they just kind of hide there and they throw the halt, but you know, Envy's not helping out, Youngjin's not helping out. They're just kind of waiting for them to come back and not applying any pressure. They're being the nail, not the hammer. So Titan's gonna give up 2 ticks here, but Hope's still alive for the full hold. Not the full hold, the what would you call it if they don't get both ticks? For the from preventing the the second point. Alright, so now the Dragons are actually gonna switch their comp up and run Youngjin on the Reaper. They're gonna have Sombra as well as they've had, and then they're also gonna have the dive tank, so they're going to have Winston and Diva, and have Moira as well, so Izayaki going to swap, and then Koma, who is going to have his Valkyrie soon. And DM's going to be trying to farm EMP, and then if we look at the Titans, we see that Bumper's going to be close to his Bongo, Janu going to have his Bomb, and then Twilight going to have the Nano, but Dragon Blade is not ready yet. So if we look at what's going on right now, the Dragons are first going to claim this high ground on the pillar with the help of Winston, Reaper, and of course Diva can always go up there as well. And so I want you to pay attention to how the team is set up right now. So mind you, the Titans decided to set up like this before the attack. So if we look at how they're set up right now, they got both healers back here, and then I believe Hureg just recalled, and then the 2 tanks with the Genji over here. So they're really split apart, and I guess the idea is to have Brig be able to defend Ana and have Ana be able to have line of sight onto the team for heals, and in case anyone decides to jump onto the Ana, the Brig is there to stun and knock back and can, you know, call for help from the Diva if they need it. But you're going to see here that the pressure comes right in the middle, and this splits the the Titans completely. And now what happens is that Twilight's forced to move back, and Slime's focused on someone that's going to be messing with them over here, and they're totally not going to be able to help out the Titans' front line at all. And you're going to see from this perspective how this plays out. So I'm going to play from this perspective first, and then we'll play it from Twilight's perspective, and you can see just how ineffective Twilight's healing was because of this split that the Dragons decided to do. And it's really the Titans' fault because they decided to set up like this. It's fine in theory, but in practicality, in theory it makes sense. You have that line of sight, you're staying close to the spawn, and you have the brig to help out, but with this tomb in the way, they're unable to heal the front line. The hack comes in. There's like 5 people just jumped up on top of them, and you can see Bumper goes down. Shortly, you're going to see the Genji go down, Haxel, and then you're going to see Janu have to force his bomb up. And really, this bomb shouldn't get a Valkyrie Mercy, but Koma somehow finds a way to die to it. And now they're just going to clean up the rest of the team. The Dragons are. So let's watch this again from Twilight's perspective before anything happens. Play it at 1 speed, and let's just count how many shots the Ana is able to get onto her teammates. So right now, no line of sight at all, and Slime's with him. No line of sight on his team at all. So he gets 1 shot on Hureg, who's right next to him, but no shots so far onto his team. Throws the anti. There's really nothing he can do about it at this point. He has no line of sight, and if he wanted to push up, he's just putting himself right into the middle of the point, right there for Envy to eat him up. He gets like no heals at all for his team. And so that's one of the issues of playing this split style. And if we actually look at Bumper here, I was not happy with something Bumper did as well. So Bumper gets dove on, and they're going to try to take him out. And I'll play that 0.25 speed here. So you see Bumper running away, right? And the thing is, Bumper has his bongo right now. So he also has his protective barrier, right? It's off cooldown. So just throw your barrier down. If we look at who's chasing him, if you throw your barrier down right here for your Bumper, the D.Va and the Reaper are going to have to go through the barrier to come get you. And by that time, you're going to be around this corner right here. And just throw your bongo down so they can focus the bongo maybe, and you can get healed up. But he doesn't even put his barrier down to give him the chance. So I didn't like that from Bumper. Just like spam E. Look at the ground, spam E, and move forward. You could still be doing the same thing, and decides not to do that. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of that split. I mean, like, it just didn't work out well for them. I'd like to see at least the Titans, if they get dove on like that, fall back to the healers instead of going deeper away from the healers into places that don't have line of sight from them, that the healers don't have line of sight to. So move back into the point, into space where your healers can actually get shots on you. Slime can throw you a repair pack. And Twilight can hit that biotic grenade on you and maybe even anti the enemy team, as well as to get some shots on you. Just didn't even give them a chance to help them out. So either the fault of the tanks not falling back to the healers, or just the setup as a whole from the Titans. And Dragon's going to take both points here. Alright, so we're looking at the attack of the Titans now. And the Dragons on defense here. 2 CP again. Dragons got both points on their attack, so we'll see how the Titans elect to go about their attack here. And so if we look at the compositions, we can see we have on defense Orisa, D.Va. D.Va going to protect against Halt Hooks, but actually Titans is going to elect to not run Halt Hook. They're going to go dive here with the 2 dive tanks. They're going to have Genji. Haxel playing the Genji. He played a great Genji last round, so keeping him. And then Hureg going to be playing the Sombra. And then you have Ana and Mercy. Ana going to be able to help with the nano boost on the Dragon Blade, and then of course the EMP from Sombra. So that's 2 super powerful ultimates. Should at least help them get through the first point alone on ultimates if they use it correctly. And then the Dragon's not going to have any defensive ults for a nano blade, and that's going to probably hurt them. Izayaki going to be playing the Ana, Koma going to be playing the Mercy. Mercy always helpful on 2 CP first point defense, and then DM is going to be on the Sombra, Youngjin going to be on the Junkrat. They're going to not have a Mei, which obviously is going to be because they have a Diva, and because, well, not like they would know that Titans would run Roadhog Orisa, but either way, they're going to have a Diva and not a Roadhog and Orisa and Mei. So let's see how the composition works out for them. Right now you're just seeing a little bit of posturing between both teams. You can see that Izayaki is choosing to play the same place that Twilight played on the defense for the Dragons, or for the Titans, and this is a common spot for most Anas. And so if you are scouting this, you can probably send your Sombra up there to go mess with the Ana if you choose to, but Hureg's actually not going to be doing that. See the path that Hureg takes right now. Actually runs into the other Sombra, and he's going to be forced to translocate out, and that's huge because the dive came in onto the Mercy. So we see here, pay attention to the Winston. Winston going to jump right here, and they're going to focus on the Mercy, him and the Diva. And Mercy is actually at, what, around 50 health right now? Izayaki drops to go help. And Mercy's actually going to get really low here. Koma, he's going to get to 25 health, and there's no Sombra, but where's Hureg? Or Haxel? Where's the Genji? He didn't even look at the dive target this whole time. So if we play this again, assuming they had cohesion and called the dive target, which I'm assuming they did because both tanks were focusing on the Mercy. Haxel is farming the tanks the whole time and not even paying attention to the Mercy, and he could have easily gotten that burst damage to finish her out. And if you want to argue that he's farming tanks right now for Dragon Blade, fine. But when you can just kill the Mercy forehead and get a 6v5 and win the point outright, then, it's kind of unnecessary to have that played in the first place, You're just wasting time. And now you're going to see the Titans fail their dive because they had no cohesion with it, and unfortunately Hureg had to translocate. So perhaps they were running a three-man dive with Hureg, Bumper, and Janu, and Haxel was just trying to farm tanks for his ultimate. Okay, you want to argue that, fine, but if Hureg had to translocate, then Genji should be switching his priority to the Mercy along with the dive tanks. And I honestly don't think that that's the case either way. I think that Haxel should be focusing with the dive tanks anyway. Just to get that, to confirm that kill and make the dive successful, right? But there's arguments both ways. And so we'll see how Izayaki got those kills. Halt's going to come in from Gamsu. And everyone's just going to spam that Halt. Going to throw the anti. Beautiful anti. Hits it right on the nail. And Dragon's going to take this first team fight on defense. Alright, so moving into the next attack here. And as you might see from the ultimate economy on both teams, we're going to have a firework display, if you want to put it that way, from both teams. So the first time through, I'm just going to let you guys enjoy the show, and we'll try to break it down afterwards, alright? Play at 1 speed.
Cease your resistance.
Alright, so let's try to break it down. So first, Youngjin's going to use his tire as soon as the dive comes in, and now the dive's in, he's going to use his tire. If we switch over to Youngjin, so it's right now Titans are spreading out, and I play at 1 speed. You can see he actually held on to the tire a little longer than he probably should have there. He didn't press left click. I think if we play it again, I actually want to see if defense matrix was up at a slower speed. Let's watch this again. Alright, so DM, no DM. Maybe he was waiting for DM. Like he was waiting to see DM and then use his tire. That's my only logic for why he didn't left click. So yeah, it's kind of just RNG there, whether the D.Va's gonna use defense matrix or just shoot your tire. I mean, she could also just defense matrix and use missile rocket. So at that point, you know, tire's getting low in health. I just left click. So let's see the rest of the fight here. I'm not going to show the EMPs and the bongo. Is fairly straightforward. So the dive lands on top of the, who is it on? So they went for the Mercy first. Mercy flew out as soon as he saw the Winston. And if you look at the location of the healers here, so Ana specifically. So first of all, Moira or Mercy was on the platform here. She can just fly back to Ana, who's on top of this doorway, and is able to, you know, move up if she needs to, move back if she needs to, and move to point if she needs to, or even go onto the high ground if she needs to. So lots of options from this position, and you have the height advantage. So it's a very nice position to hold. You're going to actually see Izayaki make a great play here, and then a not so great great play. But then, so okay, let's first focus on the sleep dart. So it's a great sleep dart, right? It's going to call for help from someone on his team. It's going to be the Junkrat that comes and helps, and then a very difficult play after this. But one, you know, a top level Ana should be able to make. So Junkrat's going to be critical, and doesn't even go look to peek for the Junkrat after the Winston primals, right? So if I'm Izayaki here, I look at Junkrat and I use my nano blade or my nano on him so that he can stay up and contest against Winston. So if we play it at 1 speed, it's actually pretty fast how it happens. I'm not going to be super, you know, this isn't a super huge mistake or anything, but just like if he wants to be a top level on, he's got to make plays like this. Sleep darts have been on point all series so far, but you know, look for your junk right there, Nano. You can see the critical out of the corner of the screen. And maybe I'm only able to see because I'm looking at the replay viewer, but you know, at least go support your Junkrat while he gets booped out like that and gets chased by a Winston, you know. And then, so if we look at, actually for the Dragons, who would be the nano target? I mean, just whoever is low on health, really, right? If you want to, you know, multiply someone who's by the bongo, so you have 100% damage addition, fine. But really, it's great to use it there for someone who's in dire need of healing. You don't have like a Genji on your team or anything. And then I want to focus on Bumper here. So Bumper gonna get slept right here, right? But look at the play he makes. So the first things first, he's gonna drop and stick with the Junkrat primal. He completely got Junkrat to 50 health there on his own, and then finishes him off. And now he's denying the res and completely grabbing the attention of the Mercy. So it's really a 2-for-1 here that he's doing. So he killed the Junkrat, and now he's getting the attention of the Mercy, just preventing him from getting the res. And now chasing, just bothering the Mercy. So captured the attention of 2 players, was able to kill one of them and pretty much negate the or mitigate the effectiveness of that Valkyrie from coma and prevent the res. And that's really the main things I want to highlight. You also can see Haxel get hacked here and still get that kill. That's a big kill there on Izayaki. And yeah, EMPs came out. Now it's just clean up. So big brain play there from Bumper, not to just jump back to point, but to stick with Youngjin's body and prevent the res from coma, and to stick with that Valkyrie Mercy. I really like that there from Bumper. So great execution here from Titans, and they're going to take the first point. Okay, so next attack here from the Titans. We look at the ult economy, we see that Titans have bomb on their next push, and they're going to have, for the Dragons, they just did a nano. So, who did they nano? Wait, who the fuck did they nano? Oh, Winston. Sorry. It's getting late. I need some sleep. Okay, so just go in, try to help build ult. And we see... Okay, so yeah, again, Dragons on defense here. We see Youngjin over here on the right, and he has a Sombra right by him, so that's trouble. I mean, that Hureg really should be able to kill this Doomfist single-handedly. All you gotta do is hack Doomfist, stay far enough away that his hand cannons can't do a whole lot of damage, and they have somewhat of a fall off, if you can. Otherwise, you can still just mow down that Doomfist like one-on-one easily. And so let's see if that's actually what happens here. So, it's before Hurek can even get a chance to use his right click. So that was very, very quick reaction time from Youngjin. And then Gamsu going to be able to get away. So you see how aggressive Gamsu is here. Gets a nano on him and he's purple, right? And they're unable to kill him. I mean, everyone's surrounding him and he just gets out free. He jumps and hits his head here, and really he should be paying. Like the tanks, what are the cooldowns on the tanks? So, okay, they have boosters and they have jump hack in 1. Like, I think Winston needs to die here. Yeah, and here they go attacking on him. Hey, yeah, he messes up his jump again. Like, he's got to die. Like, they can't let Gamsu get us scot-free. And literally, Janu boops him back into his team. Wow. Yeah, missed opportunity there from the Titans. Let's continue on. Gonna again pressure Gamsu. And then Gamsu is gonna die a fitting death. So he's gonna die by bullshit from the bomb here. Just like, wasn't able to put himself on the pillar. Wait, did it? Hold on. Don't tell me Bumper booped him. Did Bumper boop him? Okay, wait. So bomb comes here. Goes on high ground. Bomb comes. Okay, he's gonna hide from the bomb. Oh my god, dude. Bumper's insane. Bumper booped him right into the bomb. Unfortunate. Rez comes in though. And Youngjin, as we are unable to see in the background, is taking out Twilight, but Twilight's gonna get rezzed by Slime, and then Gamsu rezzed as well. Jano gonna get Youngjin, but Youngjin of course has spawn advantage. Izayaki gonna get Haxel, so Haxel is gonna make it a 5v6, and of course Haxel's gonna come from all the way the fuck over there. So 5v6 on the attackers now. Nano on to Bumper. Is that to build ult? Hold up, I missed that. Yeah, that was. See, looks like it was to build ult. So Twilight, yeah, he nanos Bumper, so you can just dive in, try to do some damage, and maybe even finish off with his ultimate Primal Rage. Gets a pick on a DM. How was that EMP? Let's see what value it got. So who does he get with the CMP? Gets the Diva and gets a Sombra. Yeah, I like that. Especially with the Winston on your team, alleviate some pressure. Or the Winston on your back line, you know? A nano Winston on your back line, alleviate some pressure. I'm fine with that. Primal gonna come out. You're gonna see the Titans actually group up here and able to come back in with the Haxel. He has his ultimate. Gets the dash kill. Now he's gonna blade. Gets the kill on Izayaki. And here is I think the biggest error from the side of the Titans and why I think that they weren't able to cap here. A big reason why they weren't able to cap here. This EMP gets literally nobody, and they already hacked the hog. So he literally already hacked the hog, and he uses EMP anyway, gets literally nobody. And what happens after this? Well, Doomfist, the player who is super countered by Sombra hacks, is going to ground pound himself into the point. And he's just going to pop off. And how nice would it have been to have an EMP here for this Doomfist, for this hog, after he got hacked and the hack ended. Instead, Youngjin just gonna dismantle the Titans. And again, if he was hacked, he would have nothing but his hand cannons to work with. And that was a terrible EMP there by Hureg. 2 ticks though, so it's gonna make life a lot easier, at least for this next attack. Alright, next push here from the Titans. We're gonna see what ultimates do we have. We got Bomb and we have Nano Boost. And from the Dragons on defense, we see they have Primal Rage, Whole Hog, and Nano. So Coach Jane likes to talk a lot about healers being more than just a mobile health pack, and it's plays like this that that show you how this is actually put in place in action. Real briefly, I do want to mention though that this is an opportunity for Hureg. He should, I think, so we saw this with Libero. I think Sombras need to be always looking for Doomfist out of position as the Sombra, because when you get that hack on a Doomfist and he's away from his team, he has no healers with him right now, right? This Doomfist is completely susceptible to a dive from Monkey, from Diva, from obviously from anyone who's diving on him. So Mercy's with him right now, but now he has no heals with him, and if Hureg's there to get the hack, he goes left, he goes middle even, or if he even goes right and sees him up there, just go behind him, get that hack on, and that Doomfist is immobile. He's going to demand resources to come to him, and that's going to get the Dragons out of position. So there's actually 1 health here, and they're unable to finish him, so that's a missed opportunity. But it's not going to matter much, so we're going to see that they're going to nano Gamsu and have him push in pretty deep, along with the Sombra and the Doomfist. They're going to do this early dive. Looks like they're going after the Ana. Unable to have any success with it. Happens. So actually, Hureg does get a good hack on Youngjin here, and Youngjin's going to fall. But this is where we see Coma being more than just a health pack. Goes for this calculated risk and pushes up, gets the res. And if we look at this from Coma's perspective, how many Mercies have you played with that just don't even make this play? They just stay with their team, don't want to go out there and risk getting res. Or maybe they get too aggressive and they would risk someone who was like. Alright, sorry about that. So as I was saying, maybe there's Mercies who just don't go for this res at all if you're Coma, and just like stay with the hog and maybe go out and help the Winston, or they only go for reses that are like so far deep that like it's almost stupid to go out there and res. So like if Gamsu were to die, you'd have the Mercy go out there and res and have a very, very low risk res, try to go for that. And instead, you're going to see a play like this from Coma, where you're now on a 5v6, and you're actually just going to do this this little Mercy tech where you can get up into the air, and then go and see if anyone's there on top of this ledge, You see the coast is clear, and now you go for the res. So this is a fantastic play from Coma, and you're gonna see that it's actually gonna pay off very well. I mean, Hurek can't even get a hack off there. And now Youngjin. Okay, now I have an issue with what happens from the side of the Titans with Twilight. So if we look at Twilight here, he's gonna see. So if we look at the ult economy, Haxel's at 85 to Nano, 85%. So 15 until Nano. I always mess that up when I say it. And then Twilight has his Nano. Haxel's fucking 15 to Blade. Sorry, I'm sorry. And then Twilight has his Nano. He's gonna actually Nano here and then hide in the corner. And he knows Doomfist is there, but why just hide in the corner, accept your fate? So he gets the Nano off just maybe in case he thinks that he's just gonna get melted here by Youngjin, which I guess is a somewhat of a smart play, but at the same time it's not a smart play, because why are you hiding in this corner? Why are you accepting your fate in this corner and not, you know, pushing up, maybe going right, staying with your Mercy? Like, I'll play it again from the perspective of Twilight. He kind of just accepts his fate that he's gonna die and sits in a corner and nanos early, preemptively. And Haxel's not gonna have it for his blade. So if we play this again,
I will keep you healed.
and you're gonna see gets the sleep on and the anti. That's good. And now he sees Youngjin behind getting the kill on Hurek. Takes a shot at Youngjin, and now I think he's afraid Youngjin's gonna go after him. So he's just going to get the Nano off here onto Haxel. But again, why are you just sitting in this corner accepting your fate from Youngjin? Why not just push out? Why did you just go in this corner? Why not come out, go here, or stay with your Mercy? It's just confusing to me. I think this death could have been avoided, and they could have gotten a much better Nano on Haxel, who now has his blade. He does get the kill on Tacoma, but, you know, could have probably got the Doomfist had he had his blade. Instead, Youngjin able to escape with Meteor Strike. Does die there to Janu. And we also see a fantastic play from Izayaki here. So we're playing at 1x speed. So gets the sleep. Okay, so he gets the anti, right? He just hits. Like, okay, he missed 2 shots there. I was gonna say he hits all of his shots, but he doesn't. And maybe this is the fault of Bumper going too deep. Honestly, I think it's a fine play. I think Bumper can usually finish a kill like this, but it's just a great job from. So great timing with that anti. Because what does that do? It antis Bumper, and it also heals Izayaki. So he didn't use it too early and he didn't use it too late. Izayaki with that biotic grenade. Use it at the perfect time, so it benefits him. And you see how Izayaki goes back to his spawn in case he needs to. And it's just beautiful positioning, beautiful timings from Izayaki. He played it perfectly, and Bumper was not able to get the kill. It's a lot harder to dive Nana than you think when Nana can play that smart. You know, Izayaki put himself in perfect positioning for his team to collapse, just fell back a little bit, and the Hog was able to trap him with the whole Hog. Now Youngjin just gonna pop off again. So, yeah, just Haxel was not able to sync his Nano with Twilight last time, and again he's not able to sync it with Twilight. And you know, just if the Titans were able to get their Nano Blade and their EMP and use them both correctly in a fight and use them at a good time in a fight, they should be able to take a 2 CP second point on their attack if the Dragons' ult economy isn't super good. And all they had was Primo Rage and Whole Hog use there, so and Meteor Strike. So it was a very winnable fight, and yeah, it's unfortunate that that Twilight and Haxel can't seem to sync up their Nano Blades. Alright, so we're reaching last fight territory here, and you're actually going to see that Titans are going to switch up their comp, and now they have a Reinhardt, and Janu's going to go Roadhog. You're also going to have Slime play Brig now, so the Roadhog and the Brig are two good counters to help with the Doomfist. They already have the Sombra, but Sombra's having a tough time getting her hacks off, which is actually it could be a lot tougher to counter Doomfist if you don't have your team with you and the Doomfist isn't already preoccupied. Because if the Doomfist can just try to turn around and shoot you or get a shot off on you, use one of his cooldowns on you before you get your hack off, which has that 0.65 second delay on it. 0.65 second, I think. It can actually be pretty challenging getting that hack off in the first place to make that 1v1 go in your favor, because otherwise, if Summer doesn't have her hack and she's 1v1ing a Doomfist that's going to knock her out of her hack the whole time, then she's actually going to lose that fight and is going to have to translocate. So we're going to see some help here with the Sombra, and you're going to see Hurag is actually going to see Youngjin here. So aggressive position from Youngjin here, especially with the Sombra on the other team. And that's immediately going to start the... So he's going to fall here even though he canceled the hack, because the rest of the team's just going to collapse on him, and there's no way he's going to get out. And he didn't have his Meteor Strike, so I didn't like this aggressive play from Youngjin. I think it was a little too aggressive, and you're starting your team off in a 5v6, and now they're going to have to invest resources while you're gone. They're going to do that by this nano onto Gamsu. And this is the first ultimate of the team fight that I'm not going to like from the Dragons. There's going to be another one as well. And so if you see here, he's going to actually primal so he can go and get that final blow onto the Genji, but he over jumps and then gets slapped. So if we watch this again, he didn't need to pull primal here unless he thought he could get that final blow. He's 100% sure he'd get that final blow, and he didn't, so he just wasted his primal here. And that primal is going to be really, really helpful in case they're Genji blades, and they should know that Haxel has blade here, because you have no defensive ult. So really, Gamsu and his primal would be a great counter to Haxel when he does blade. We know how good Haxel is at Genji, so I really don't like that use of primal there. Obviously, if he got the kill on the Haxel, I'd be saying something different here, but he didn't get the kill on the Haxel, so, make sure you get the fucking kill next time, or wait till he blades to primal. Now Haxel's gonna pay, or Gamsu's gonna pay the price for it. And the other ultimate I didn't like from the Dragons, so it's gonna be from the same guy who I think made the mistake early in the fight by getting way too aggressive. You've had a good game, and you kind of just did a poor job by starting your team off in a 5v6 with that aggressive position Youngjin, but you are able to get the kill onto Hurag, who has EMP, and Hurag himself was affected by DM's EMP, so it's just kind of unlucky for Hurag, not really his fault, nothing he could do. Doomfist came out of nowhere when DM got his EMP out on him, so it is what it is, unlucky sometimes, but this is not a good Meteor Strike here. So if we see what's going on the battlefield, the Dragons are right now, they have the Lucio coming from spawn, they have the Sombra and the Ana out of place, and you have Envy in a 1v2 on the Mega below. Now Youngjin's going to drop his Meteor Strike on this Ana, hoping to get a kill, but there's a Brig right there. So one, you're not always going to get this this kill onto an Ana. It's actually a lot more difficult to land Meteor Strikes like dead on than it looks. And you can see the Ana gets out of place, just immediately throws the Biotic Grenade and is able to keep herself up. And by doing this, by landing in a 1v2, you're essentially giving this Brig, who's right next to the Ana, a free stun on you. And now you're going to see Haxel comes in and gets a kill onto Youngjin. So what he could have done instead was help out Envy here in his 1v2 and make it a 2v2. Ryan's super low, could have got the kill onto the Ryan, and even if the Ryan puts his shield down, or puts a shield up to block from the meteor strike. You can still get that final kill, and then perhaps you get hooked by Hog. Fine, your Hog's right there to help you out. I still think that's better than taking another 1v2 on the battlefield against this Ana and Brig. So you're essentially making two 1v2s for your team, and Titan should win two 2v1s, right? So we'll watch it again from Youngjin's perspective, and most Doomfists don't do this. They don't know they can right click in their meteor strike and get and change their meteor strike. So if he right clicks here, he can actually see from an aerial perspective, from a bird's eye view like this, instead of down like this, right? So he can actually see like this. He can move to the left, and then he can exit his right click when he's meteor striking, and then go underneath and get that the meteor strike land on onto a bumper. But that's not what he does. Steady lands right in front of a Brig. Barely gets Twilight down to anything. And yeah, Titan's gonna take it. So two poor ultimates there from Dragons, and super aggressive positioning from Youngjin to start it all off. Hurek didn't even need the EMP to win that fight, so you can just see that from that alone, Dragons definitely made some mistakes there. And yeah, Titans adjusting to the Doomfist who was popping off. They switched their composition, added the Brig, and that actually made a huge difference in the end. Bumper as well, I do want to show you guys that Bumper made some plays at the beginning of the fight to help him get his hammer. Good swings of the hammer. You can test that Mercy as she's rezzing. That could have been a big res there onto DM, because DM had his EMP. Actually, no, DM used his EMP, sorry. And they're going to commit hammer to get this Hog, which is actually a great play because you know it's a 2v1. And you know that that Jano can go in there and get that kill. So I really like that. You know that Hog could be really annoying in stalling as well. So keeping him off the point by stunning him right here, I think Bumper played that excellent as well. So great job there from the Titans, and they're able to cap. Alright, we're here in the third round, and the Titans are on attack. If we look at the defense first for the Dragons, we see... Okay, so the composition for Dragons on defense here, we see Doomfist, Sombra. Okay, Youngjin really likes a Doomfist. We'll see how he plays it here. We have Dive Tanks, and then we got Ziaki on the Ana, and then Coma on the Lucio. So Nano target probably going to be Gamsu, or any of the teammates if they get low. Lucio here to help for Peel, and then yeah. So it's interesting how they play this. They have the Lucio and the Winston staging up here. Diva's on the platform, and Sombra's on the right, probably going to go behind and look for a hack target. And then Ana up here, she likes this spot. Ziaki likes this spot on top of the doorway. So that's where they're going to be setting up. And then if we look at the Titans, let's play a little bit, make sure we get the comp. Yep. Okay, so for the Titans, we see Sombra, Genji. This is a very common composition. We saw this with NYXL as well when they ran their Temple of Anubis A attack. And you got Ana and Mercy. So you're gonna have Hureg for obviously his EMP, and then Haxel for Blade with Nano. And these two ultimates are some of the most powerful ultimates in the game. This is a combo ult. And then you're going to have the Dive Tanks and Mercy. Okay, so we'll see how this plays out. The Mercy, yeah, Mercy pick is fine. I would have liked to actually see maybe a Mercy from the Dragons here for 2 CP defense, but we'll see how. And not really, it doesn't have to necessarily be Koma, could have been Izayaki. Probably would be Koma though, actually. So we'll see how Koma actually plays this really well. And I'm actually not mad that he picked Lucio if he's going to play like how he plays. And I'll show you here. So right now, Dragons just staging a dive. Titans trying to get information on where everyone is. And we flip over to DM's gonna be looking for the Ana as the hack target. Gets detected, so it gets way too close. It's a mistake on his part, and now Twilight's ready for him, and that's just a poor job there by DM to getting too close. And they're actually going to be able to get this kill onto Twilight regardless, even with the pocket. So there was a mistake though from the Dragons, Youngjin here. So they're going to run dive with the Doomfist, and really it was a 2-man dive with the Winston and Sombra. Lucio had to go back and peel for his Ana and his Diva. And where was Youngjin? Well, Youngjin's gonna drop and just try to frag a Diva, and it's not, doesn't even get her to below 75% health. She's gonna be right by her team. So that punch didn't really do anything. Just kind of pushed back the Diva. But now here's the thing: the Titans are kind of pincering this Doomfist now, and it's not like they thought about this or planned this ahead of time. Perhaps they did, but this pincer here. So there's a Sombra who's going to be threatening the Doomfist if the Doomfist decides to retreat this way, right? Because the hack, and then the rest of the team from the Titans is over here. So Youngjin's really only route of retreat is up and either out this way, which I would prefer he went, but he decides to go this way, which is likely going to be an easy point of attack for the Titans because that's likely where they're going to go. Most teams try to take it, try to capture control of that platform there. And I think this is a much safer route of retreat, but it's actually not where Youngjin goes. He's going to go towards his healer Ana, but there's nothing Ana can do to save him from these tanks. Yeah, he gets the biotic grenade, but Ana's preoccupied with that Diva that just is on top of her now, as you see. So if we go back and watch it from this perspective, Youngjin drops, jumps, seismic slams, and then Izayaki is trying to heal him, but the Diva is right there to boop and to DM Envy. And there's really nothing that Izayaki can do. So now Izayaki actually gonna get pressured here from the Genji and the Diva. You can only sleep one of them, the other one's gonna kill you. So good attack there from the Titans. Good call outs on diving on the Ana. They're able to also get the. So let's watch Bumper here. Gets information. Knows that they're staging a dive.
That's fair.
He's gonna try to pressure them out. Falls back to platform. Now he's gonna get the Doomfist final kill. Here it's just fragging, but Koma comes up huge in this fight and helps delay the Titans from capping, and helps his team come back from spawn with these plays. So the first play you're gonna see here is he's gonna wall right back to Youngjin. Youngjin's gonna go down, that's fine, but he's actually gonna boot Bumper towards the dragon spawn and away from his team. And that allows just for that little bit more damage from Envy, right? Bumper really low now, gonna have to get healed from the Mercy, and we of course know that the Ana died from the Titans. And Koma using the cover, playing by the mini, he knows that might be a route of retreat for Bumper, and he gets the kill on a Bumper. So that's huge play from Koma. And now he's gonna pressure the Mercy, who might be going for the res, and is able to help out with Envy on getting that kill. So beautiful job here from Coma, being in the right place at the right time, doing great boops, and just playing cover well. Overall, great job from Coma. I've been really impressed with him this game. I think the Dragons healers are some of the best healers in Overwatch right now. Izayaki and Coma together, they make a really good and scary healing tandem. So if we continue on here, Haxel's in a meta right now where he can make plays, and he makes plays in this team fight. Pretty plain and simple. D-Mech on the Diva, pressures the Ana. It's gonna go pressure the Sombra. How about his own Sombra? Has to reload, but it's gonna be able to get that kill onto the Diva. And now finally gonna go down to Gamsu, but I mean, just a fantastic play. That's all you can ask from your Genji. And now we're in stall territory. So watch the end of this this kill onto Haxel here again from Gamsu, and Gamsu carries this fight for the most part. Like his play here was outstanding. So play it here at 0.75 times, and just watch the way he plays this. So Doomfist is gonna go in, get that uppercut onto the Lucio, and you see how Gamsu is okay with leaving the point and going and pressuring this Lucio, knowing that he has this chip damage, right? A lot of Winstons might just stay on point here because, you know, you're afraid of giving up that tick, but he knows he's playing this for the long fight. He goes in, pressures this Lucio, makes sure this Lucio sees this as a perfect opportunity to attack Slime, and comes back. Just beautiful decision making and patience. You know, not forcing, not being afraid to give up that little bit of few percentage points on that second tick. And now he gets this play onto Twilight with the Primal. It's just beautiful play from Gamsu. He's able to get both healers in this fight, and that's going to help the Dragons actually end up winning this team fight. And then this is even with the Titans having Blade and EMP. So neither healer there is going to be able to keep up Haxel during his Blade. And that's huge. So Gamsu making those plays was actually humongous because Haxel's Blade ended up being meaningless. EMP ended up being meaningless because there was no follow-up with the Blade. Because there was no healer. It's just Gamsu. I'm so impressed with him.
Feeling powerful, not even angry.
And Dragon's gonna go ahead and win that. So great play there from Gamsu to follow up with his Doomfist, getting that uppercut on the Lucio, pressuring the Lucio, going back, making the play on the Moira. Just great job. Alright, so Dragons have a minute 33 to get 47.6% on this first point. Did I say Titans? I meant Dragons. If we look at the compositions here, we see that both teams, oh no, just Dragons. Dragons are gonna run double sniper. And you see Hurek getting that pick from the high ground over the shield. So the Dragons are gonna run double sniper. Dragons gonna also run Orisa Hog. Izayaki gonna be on the Ana. Coma gonna be on the Mercy. Mercy gonna be able to pocket one of the two snipers on the Dragons. Here's my only problem: they don't have any defense against Halt Hook, but neither do the Titans. Because Titans are gonna be running Widow Genji, and then Hog Orisa. Twilight gonna be on the Ana. Slime gonna be on the Mercy. Mercy gonna help with rezzing in case they lose someone. It's gonna be very beneficial in 2 CP defense. And we'll see how it plays out. So far we've just seen the pick from, who was it? It was Hureg. And did you guys see the anti? It's the same anti I showed you earlier from Izayaki. There's nothing that Titans can really do from that. And here's the thing. So both teams are susceptible to halt hook. That halt is gonna get, who was it? So they try the halt hook there. Barely can get over the shield. So it's actually much more easier to land your halt hook when you have this high ground, because of the halt, you're trying to get it above the shield, right? So if I draw this out, so suppose there's a shield here, you're trying to get that halt above the shield so you can get someone to go up and you can hook, right? Because you can't hook through the shield. But when you're looking down, you can the halt is going to be at the same level laterally or horizontally as where you're at, so it's easier to land that hook onto the target. So if neither team has the defense against halt hook here, the team who has the high ground has the advantage. And to make matters worse, you're going to see Envy is not even going to be playing with his Orisa here, while Bumper and Janu are. So I mean, who do you expect to win this team fight? Well, you expect the team who's going to be playing their halt hook to win the team fight, and who has the high ground to win that team fight. And halt there. Okay, so actually they're trying to do the halt and then hog coming from the mega perhaps. Okay, so maybe I was wrong there, but Envy not even there, so timing was off. Whereas Janu and Bumper gonna land their halt hook. So why didn't Gamsu use his shift? So he uses it there to defend against a Widow. And this is a poor use of his shift, because he can just hide from the Widow by moving left, and he can't just hide from the halt by moving left. So now he's putting himself susceptible to halt hook, when really he could have ate the halt hook with his shift. So I'm putting that one on Gamsu. Poor decision there. Gotta play smarter than that in this situation. Another anti being landed by Izayaki. And now they're gonna have to wait for Gamsu to come from spawn. So the fight was actually not finished after this pick. I apologize. We're gonna see that the Orisa's gonna go down, but then you see they're gonna start to pressure right. The Titans are, and Widow's sitting in the back left here on the stairs, getting ready in case they come right. So good positioning here from the Widow. But the Titans are going to push right and take advantage of this pick, try to get another one, and the halt hook comes in again. So actually Haxel's pressuring there. The halt hook was just icing on the cake. DM able to hit that shot though, and that's huge. Or is it? They have a Mercy. So now it's a 6v5, and then you see that sorry, my camera play is absolutely garbage right now. So you can see Janu's actually able to land this hook. Not that one, this one. We'll see in a second. So Res comes in, you see Janu protecting the Res, and he gets the hook on an Envy. But he's in the middle of the open there and barely survives, so risky play there. Because he could have been halt hooked as well, but it's at least good of him to go there and protect his Mercy. I like that he did that. Now we watch. We look at the both teams here. They're at a full 6-man versus 6-man fight. Halt hook comes in. That's poor play from Janu. Why is he down there? Let's see. So Janu gonna. Oh, yeah, I hate this play from Janu. I don't like him dropping here. He's putting himself in an easy position to get halt hooked when it would be much harder if he was on that platform right on top here with his team. And he could have been the one to get the hook if he was with his Orisa. Terrible play there from Janu. Terrible positioning. Yeah, and now we're in the last team fight territory. We'll see if the Dragons can stave off the Titans or not. Alright, so we'll see this pick again on Janu. And the Titans are super lucky that Dragons were fighting the clock here, because if Dragons weren't fighting the clock, I think Titans probably lose this. Otherwise, you know, Okay, so right now, Dragons are fighting the clock, and that means that Gamsu and Envy have to do everything they possibly can to touch point right now, which means they can't play the halt hook game, and they can't, they have to give up good positioning. They have to give up not playing behind their shield, or they have to give up playing behind their shield so they can get on point. And you're actually going to see Bumper try to body block here. Look at the time on the clock here. Nobody's touched a point yet. Koma doesn't have his Valkyrie. Neither sniper is going to be able to touch, and it's really up to Gamsu here to try to get on point, just give his team a shot. And Bumper is gonna try to body block him here. And 1 second left. You can see barely Gamsu is gonna get on point in time. And it's gonna go down. Of course, the Hog is pushing up as well, trying to get on point in case Gamsu is unable to. He's gonna be out of position and gonna get halted, and he'll go down as well. And then DM's actually gonna hit a very okay. I thought Haxel was. I didn't know Haxel was slapped. I just saw it on my kill feed when I watched it the first time. But Haxel gonna get this shot. Initially, I saw him get a headshot onto a blading Genji, and I was like, damn, I gotta go back and see that one. But looks like he was just slapped. And now we see. So Koma gonna. Nobody's even looking at Koma, so this could have been terrible for the Titans. No awareness from anyone to shoot at Koma here, and Koma is just gonna be on point pretty much by himself with the Hanzo. So Valkyrie, they get the Hog, and they still have Bongo. Hanzo's gonna hide around the corner, and then Orisa, okay, reloading. And now they see the Valkyrie Mercy. Okay, so they did see her. I didn't know that Bumper was reloading. And now the Bongo is huge because it's going to help them so much getting these kills and preventing these stalls from occurring. Koma doing everything he possibly can. Could he have gotten a res? He didn't. He doesn't have res yet, so he used it early. Let's see when he used it. Who did he use it on? He had to use it onto Envy, who got hooked. Oh man. So both hogs are making mistakes late game here. Envy putting himself into hook range, not playing behind his shield. That means that Koma has to use a res on him, and Koma is unable to have that res later in the fight when they need it most, late. Yeah, because, oh man, Gamsu had Bongo probably soon, and Envy was close to whole Hog. That could have helped a lot, destroying the Bongo. You know, in case Gamsu goes Hamster, they get the res on the Envy or Gamsu. The other one could go Hamster, and you have Bongo plus Hamster, or whole Hog plus Hamster. Could do a great job in contesting and fighting, with the spawn advantage. So unfortunate. And that's why these Hogs, they need to be playing with their shields, man. Stop. You can go on flanks. That's fine. I was fine with Envy at the beginning when he went on that flank here on the left, when he came through this mega room and tried to get the hook onto the halt from Gamsu when he halted up front. But when you're just playing, like, standing right here and putting yourself into hook range, not knowing what's around the corner, it's just got to play smarter than that and be better positioned. And in the end, it mattered, because maybe Koma wouldn't have been able to get that res, but he couldn't even try because he didn't have it, So, small little mistakes, they add up, especially in the highest level of Overwatch. Vancouver Titans gonna win it.